What's good, YouTube? My name is Lee Laurent, and I'm a producer. And today we're gonna be making beats in FL once again. But before we cook up, I kind of want to talk about how your mindset affects the music that you make. A lot of times, as producers or beat makers or artists, we have something in the back of our mind always telling us to pump this out, put this type of music out, make this type of beat, work with this, try to work with this artist, send this beat to this artist, and sometimes we feel like we're not good. Well, sometimes, fuck, we have a lot of pressure. There's a lot of pressure that gets put onto our creativity, and I feel once you add that into the mix of trying to be creative, it tends to make the music sound stale, or like we don't usually come up with the best, the best stuff, the best stuff, or our best music, simply because of the pressure that we place on ourselves. And that's, I feel like that type of stuff kind of leads to what writer's block or beat block, what as producers may call it. That type of thinking kind of leads to those type of actions. So you put a pressure on yourself saying, "Oh, I gotta get 10,000 beats out in a week or some shit." Like I gotta get 20 beats out every day. Like you put that type of mentality on your creativity, and then I feel like nothing good comes out of it. I can speak for myself. A lot of the times where I felt as if I wasn't doing enough, because you would see people online make 20 beats in a day. I used to like watch Rio Leva's live streams, and he'll make a whole bunch of beats in 24 hours or something like that. And I'm like, dang, bro, he's so far. Like I need to get like that. I need to get to his level. And I feel like all that comparison and the pressure and all that type of stuff, it kind of puts it puts like a negative. How do I explain it? It just doesn't help the creativity process at all. So a lot of the times, me now, what I try to do is kind of just turn my brain off, in a sense, because you're not really turning your brain off, but it's like try to turn that pressure feeling off, or what society might think, or like all the pressures that you would place on yourself normally, like in regular life. I kind of try to turn it off. Like, I guess you can relate to like how music is supposed to be like a music's supposed to be kind of like a release, like a place away from all the stress that you put into the world. You feel me? And when you add that stress into your music, it's supposed to be escape. So when you add that stress into the escape, I feel like that's that it doesn't give you a good outcome. It doesn't give you a good product, because music is supposed to be an escape. Take for instance, right? You listen to your when I don't know. Some people, they like to listen to music when they're sad, or they like to listen to, like, maybe say they like to listen to hype music when they're angry or they're sad or something, just so they can forget about the situation that is happening to them. So they listen to something that's a little bit more hype, more eccentric, more energetic, just to get them out of that funk. So they're escaping to something to make them feel better, you know? And I feel like, if as a music creator, when you're bringing the thing that you're escaping from into the music, and it's affecting you, like, and you're not making the stuff that you want to make, I feel like that's where there's a disconnect. That's where your music starts to become like stale, or like you just don't like what you're making. I feel like when you're when you're just open and you just let the idea run through you, I feel like that's where creativity sparks, or that's where the best music comes out. You know what I'm saying? So I try to like just keep that mindset in when I'm making beats, because I don't like to let the outside pressures make dictate what I make. Because I just like to create. I just want to create. I just want to make new stuff, cool stuff all the time. I don't want to be plagued by making 10,000 Rod Wave type beats. Like, and I mess with Rod Wave. It's just saying like slaving to make a thousand Rod Wave loops, and you ended up just not liking that type of stuff no more, because you just, I don't know. I don't know if I'm making sense. I kind of just wanted to yap a little bit before we made this beat, but yeah, that's just how I feel about it. I feel like I just got lost. Oh my god. Anyway, I'm probably still gonna post it just cause. Um, yeah. LOL. By the way, I low key just woke up. You know, I did my morning routine already, but it's just I'm still kind of a little groggy. You feel me? So I'm still trying to put things together in my brain. But I felt like I needed to say something about that because I've been thinking about it a lot lately. You know, because I just really want to be in a space where I can just create and not really think of the negative. You know, I want my music to be an escape. You feel me? Like you step into the world of my beats or any song I produce or any song that comes out for me. I want you to step into something, you know, where it's like, oh, wow, this is not what I'm dealing with. This is whole nother thing. I don't know if that makes sense, but yeah.